Ladies and gentlemen, the gauntlet has been thrown down, and I have chosen to accept it. Our very own Hype Beast Morgan, BVD himself, has decided, let me get that out of my eye, that I am the target of his Pokemon based rage, and that he challenges me to be his rival in Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I, of course, have chosen to accept this. Now, as he has chosen not only the weapons we'll be using, i.e. Pokemon, and the fact that he challenged me in general, I get to choose the rules for this. Now, these rules are going to be a little different because it's not only going to affect how we fight, it's going to affect the way we play the game. Now, I am doing a blind Nuzlocke run as much as I can while still making videos, so probably not too blind. Womp womp. But I do plan to do a Nuzlocke run. Well, a variation of it. First, let's run over the Nuzlocke rules. The Nuzlocke mandatory rules are if a Pokemon faints, you must release it as soon as possible or put it in a box. If all of your Pokemon faint, you must start all the way over. You must nickname every Pokemon you catch, and this one's big for me because I love it. And you may only attempt to capture the first Pokemon you encounter in an area, route, cave, city, etc. If you don't catch it, tough shit. Womp womp. Now, for me, all those rules stick except for rule 1 and 4. Because this is a blind run and a first playthrough, we don't need to make it ridiculously hard because we're so good at the game. We're still trying to explore and have fun. So if a Pokemon faints, you can revive them through one means only, and that is the scavenger rule. You're allowed to use any item you naturally find out in the wild, i.e. if you come across a Pokeball with a revive and you happen to have lost, say, your starter in a freak crit accident, then you can then revive your starter if you chose not to, if you kept it in your box. This way, it's a little more real because if it's dead, a revive should work, period. Now, and again, the original Nuzlocke rules are meant to make the game a lot harder and a lot more interesting for seasoned players. Now, I've been playing Pokemon for years. I did my first playthrough for Sun and Moon and Ultra Moon were both blind Nuzlocks, and I had a lot of fun doing them. And I do Nuzlocks all the time, and this is going to be the first time I kind of get to share that. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to record it. Now, that's because I'll be playing quite a bit if I'm going to be keeping up with BVD, and with my son, recording may not be something I'm just capable of doing all the time. I will record as much as I possibly can, but I'll live tweet, I'll take screenshots, I'll use my phone, I'll keep everybody updated the best I can on my journey because, well, that's going to be my life other than my son at the time. So with those rules in place, I also want to sorry, I forgot to mention rule 4 being a little, because it's a new game, I kind of allow to catch one of every Pokemon, the first one you come across. So if you don't, like, the first time you catch, you say you run into, we'll say, a Squirtle, you can try to catch that Squirtle, but you can't catch any subsequent Squirtles after that. It's the first one you catch, but of any Pokemon. So you can catch all the Pokemon in that area if you want to, but if you miss catching them on the first encounter, you can't, you just can't have them, period. It's a funky system, but I think it's the best way to balance not only the desire to explore a game, but creating the limitations. Now, this is the rule I'm most flexible on, if I'm being honest, because, again, this is about exploring, and I kind of want to use every Pokemon. But me and BVD will go back and forth on this. We may even have a stream where we explain it a little better, and we really set out what we fit in to do, all right? But for now, there are some optional rules that I don't like. So yeah. But there is one optional rule I will be implementing. When something dramatic or crazy happens, I don't want to say we have to make a video, but we have to do a dramatic recreation either through Twitter or a video, or maybe we can stream and talk about that's what we'll do. We'll stream and talk about the most devastating moments. We got to write them down, really remember that moment and the Pokemon that we lost. I'll screenshot all the deaths. I will screenshot, because you can do this with a little button, so I'm pretty dope about it. But yeah, That's pretty much the long and short of it. BVD, I accept your Pokemon base challenge. Now, are you man enough to accept the terms? It's coming at you now. And remember, life happens in every direction, and I'm coming from the one you least expect.